Why should I give a damn?
You're now tuned in to episode 143 of Why Should I Give a Damn? I'm your host, Eric.
It's your girl, Breezy the Barber.
So Brian the King.
It's Steve.
And we back in the motherfucking building. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you follow us at WSIGAD_podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. Make sure you hit that like button at facebook.com/WSIGAD. For those of you who listen to the full-length audio, uncensored episodes, make sure you get at us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Wherever you listen to podcasts, we're there. We're waiting. We're welcoming you in to come join the Why Should I Give a Damn family as we drop you new content every week. We got some new stuff to talk about, crazy stuff, a lot of stuff all over the place this week to talk about. We're going to start it off with some crazy shit because that's just how the world works today. Every day is a crazy day. Every week's a crazy week. And this is no different than the last ones. And the crazy story we have out the gate today for you is a father of 7 who's abandoning his family. And he's abandoning his family because, you know, at the end of the day, these days, it's all about being happy. It's all about embracing who you really are. Embracing your true self, your inner self, how you feel. It's like a big, like I always say, it's like a big Sims out there. You're just creating your own little character and going out there and being whatever you are, you know, whatever you want to be. And he identifies as a 6-year-old. At least that's what he claims. He claims he's a 6-year-old. And this is the first time I heard this whole age situation. There was another article I saw where there was another guy who was like 60-something who said he identifies as like a 26-year-old or something because he feels like he's still 26 or something like that. So the transformation of this identification bullshit is starting to go to a level that I already knew it was going to go. But it's a little quicker than I anticipated.
So you're against people being happy?
I'm against people being creative players. I'm against people that are just creating. Where does it end? My thing, it's a thin line because we want to give people their rights. We want people to be happy. It's America. We want to create a space where everybody feels comfortable in their own skin and can express themselves. Yeah. But then when you start identifying as stuff that affects other people and how we have this world set up, where do we draw the line? Because you can't say, oh, well, he can identify as a girl, but if I want to identify as a Bucks player, I can't go sit sit next to Giannis and chop it up with him.
You down there sound like you hating because you can't chop it up with Giannis.
I am.
You shouldn't be able to identify as anybody else.
No.
I can see maybe gender. That's it. You shouldn't be able to identify as a minor if you're an adult either.
I bet in the next 20 years, there's going to be someone who gets caught with an underage person, and their defense is going to say, I identify as a teenager. That's going to happen. So my whole thing is
eventually it will.
There's people who truly believe this stuff, but there's a lot of people. I'm always looking. See, people get mad at me when I say certain stuff, but I'm always trying to weed out the phonies. I'm always trying to weed out who's abusing it, who's fucking it up. And that's what I focus on. And it's already people doing that. We always talk about like the women only spaces. There's more and more women complaining now because they're like, well, when I'm in this locker room, there's a guy with a full hard on.
Right.
I respect him as a woman we were chopping up, but I'm saying his dick damn near poked me in the eye when I'm getting out of the sauna. My daughter's walking by.
Speaking on that, Colin, there was I forgot the name of the school. We'll have to look that up. But there was a school, and I know it was on Breakfast Club because he gave somebody donkey of the day, Charlamagne. Oh, yeah. But there was a school basically where they have a sorority house. And if you've been in college, y'all know how the frat houses and sorority houses is. They live on the houses on the campus and whatnot. Typically, the sorority houses is all girls. Frat houses is all guys. Of course, there's parties and they do their thing in them. But as far as living spaces, girls got their frat house, guys got their frat house. Everybody, you know, do their thing. But they wanted to, and this particular college wanted to make it so the woman's sorority house was gender neutral to allow trans women to be able to come in and live in those spaces too. So long story short, one of the trans women was in the house, and apparently I guess a couple of the girls said they felt uncomfortable because they were in the shower. Like I said, a lot of these houses have like the school gym showers, you know, like the big,
you need
like,
to get rid of that shit.
That type of stuff. So yeah, it's crazy. But even if you got the regular shower, like I said, if you live with somebody long enough, y'all gonna see a little exposure. Like that's kind of part of it. And apparently, she had a morning wood.
Exposure.
She had a morning woody. Shout out Toy Story fans. And
She had a morning wood. That sounds nuts.
the girls saw it, and they felt uncomfortable about the woody. And one of those things, if you're a guy, you know, you can't help it. It's just a biological thing. You could be not thinking about anything sexual and wake up and there's blood flowing in your main vein, trying to maintain. So it is what it is. So I guess the question I got is it should, because now they're suing the girls that were complaining about the morning woody are basically suing the college now, saying, you know, we need to have female exclusive places. Like, as a woman, I should be able to go somewhere without having to see any dicks. And I agree with it. I think women's spaces
see, we have these conversations off air, and the fact that the person is in a sorority, that means we're gonna make sure we're not bigots. We're gonna make sure you get through. They approved of it.
They approved of it.
These are white people too, by the FY. Just the context.
No, for sure. But I'm seeing this more frequently now. I'm seeing more women rebel because we always see the cases where the trans woman is getting naturally real women pregnant in these jails and some of these situations, and they go, okay. So I've actually seen protests from women and men, even prisoners, like, keep them out of here. I've seen passionate students. Or it was the video of the
prisoners said that too.
Yes, yeah, they were like, hey, like, motherfuckers is in here getting their nut off. That's not fair. Like, what the fuck is going on? Nigga got two prisoners pregnant. Then there was a video of the big, it was like middle school. It was a big linebacker nigga whooping a girl, but he had a cut off shirt. And I remember it was a passionate young black girl, and she was just really going in like, hey, like, she didn't her sound like she was coming for a Republican seat in a few years, but she was passionate about it. I say that to say I see women who at one point was like, that's cool, embrace, because women, especially we say black women, are very accepting of other races. That's one thing black people, we're men and women, but a lot of women accepted these people, and I'm seeing the backlash starting to come.
Black women need to stop that shit. I think that's a product of slavery. Because when you go back to slavery times, a lot of times the black women were asked to grin and bear the most with everybody.
That's true.
They were asked to raise the kids. They were asked to discipline the kids. They was even breastfeeding the master's kids and doing that. The black women always had a responsibility to pick up the slack for everybody in the house. And now I see it translating into today's culture, where it seems like no matter what, the black women have to, come here, baby, I got you. Like, always sometimes y'all got to cut some motherfuckers off, black ladies. I'm sorry. Everybody isn't worth the love. We're not in a position right now as a people to just be loving on everybody. We need a filtration process. We need we need to do our checks and our balances before we just be out here giving everybody the black girl love and stuff. So we need to be more selective, I should say. That's all I'm saying. Love is cool, but selective with it, because not all these organizations. We said the same thing when the feminists when the feminist movement tried to hijack black women and take them and join them, because anytime white women get mad, all of a sudden they best friends with all the Shaniquas and Bonquishas. But when it's just you and your little kale salad and you have nothing to worry about, you don't give a fuck about us. So it's time to stop letting them slide with this whole selective outrage. And when they're mad, they all of a sudden they're pro this and pro that, like Kanye when he's about to drop something. I'm not about to continue to let people slide with it. So and going back to the original topic we was talking about with the father.
Yeah, I had a couple questions about that. So was he married with these 7 kids, or these
married with the 7 kids? But out the blue, he said he identifies as a 6-year-old.
He told his wife this.
Maybe he was mentally unstable.
And he left her. She left him, or is they still together? What's the? Is she now? Does she now have 8 kids? Like how's this working? Like
I don't know what's going on.
The problem is with him.
Yeah,
something is off.
He's a weirdo.
He left.
Does he identify as a little boy or a little girl?
No, he identifies as a little girl.
Oh,
he's 40. He's like 46.
I would be taking him, if that were my husband, I would be taking him to get checked.
Shit,
yeah, I need to make sure that
Divorce
something didn't get slipped in his drink.
Away from him.
So
anything could have happened.
Your man come back as a little girl.
After 7 kids, I'm taking you to get a psyche valve.
I mean,
you ain't wrong.
But that means you want to get back with him now. You like give him a
This
second
nigga not
shot.
slick. That
What
nigga,
if they said they did slip something in his drink and his brain was a little off? It's just gonna take like 6 weeks for it to
he's
wear
a
off.
victim?
Now I'm a caregiver. Now I'm getting paid.
Oh my god.
So you,
I think this is a slick ass way to get rid of the wife and trying to get out of child support. Like I'm a 6-year-old.
how?
With the disability. That's what he's trying to do.
He trying to force the
There are
insanity
guys
plea.
who are turning trans when they get convicted of like I've seen it. I not seen it live, but I've seen you get convicted. All of a sudden you're a woman. You're in women's jail. I seen a dude ex-wife testify to get him in his like, hey. He's a man. Yeah. He loves pussy. Get this man out of here. He started wearing a blonde wig. He was really got in a prison jail. I'm like, that's genius. I thought about that. Like, if I commit murder, I'm damn gonna be a bitch.
That's what I'm saying, Ronnie. You're single, man. You get caught with a murder on you. You got to do life. Would you identify as trans so you can get taken to the female prison? But you got to identify as trans and have it on your paperwork and have it on your ID. But you're in jail anyway, so who cares? Like, go ahead, rock it out with your cock out.
Nah, I wouldn't do it.
You in there with the niggas over pride. Okay, that's on you.
I can't do it. I can't put no
You in there with
wig
the
on.
Fight
back,
niggas off your ass every day.
Yeah, I don't
You ain't gotta put no
knock
wig
them
on,
for
'cause
trying.
You got locks,
shit.
so locks go both ways.
I don't knock them for trying shit. They ain't there. You know, bussy meets pussy. I
Oz
don't
or
knock
Orange
this
is the
shit.
New Black, Ronnie. Oz or Orange is the New Black. Like, you let me know. Like,
Nah,
you're choosing Oz, so that's on you.
I'll fight to the end. Fuck
Eric,
that.
your big ass gonna be trying to claim to be a trainee?
I'm a bitch. Fuck all. I'm not going to no nigga jail. Fuck all that.
Especially if you can. All I gotta do is say I'm a dude.
Because
That's
look,
easy.
here's the
You
thing.
too damn tall to be a chick.
This is the reason why though. This is the reason
blend
why.
in with
It
the
ain't
dudes,
like
too.
it ain't like you gotta wear a dress or do even.
I think you might have to.
All you have to do, the way they got this set up
They
now.
saying the
Everybody
only way
got a
you get in,
jumpsuit
the only
on.
way you
What's the
get
thing?
in is
You ain't
if
gotta
you
wear
go
no
get a pair of
makeup.
titties. You gotta go get some titties.
But I'm saying when you go
That's
into the
easy.
jail, when you go into the jail,
No, I'm saying like you gotta have some titties to
That's
get in.
the
You
thing.
gonna
All you
go
gotta
get
do
them.
is
That's
take
adding
if you
to it
take the
now.
hormone.
I'm saying like that's these people they
They are
you know
committing.
they are committing fully. Y'all talking
but
about
in
just throwing
jail
the
you
wig
gotta
on,
shave your
identifying.
head. Like a girl, most girls shave their head. I could just say I'm a skinhead.
Or they wear
I
braids.
identify as a trans
Or braids.
skinhead. So I got all my shit shaved off. I'm bare. That is what it is. I'm a girl.
Trans skin.
Take me to
It,
the
it's
Orange is the
gotta
New
be
Black
some
cells,
type.
please.
It's gotta
Thank
be
you.
some type of trans test they do to get in there because it just ain't
Trans
adding up.
test.
It got it's just. I don't understand how they could just identify.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shit.
What do you
I don't
call
know
the
goes
fleshy
now.
item between your legs? A. A trans test. That's
I
crazy.
don't know. I don't know.
But I mean, it's some crazy shit going on. This identifying shit, it's one of those things that
They
there
need
has-
legitimized paperwork for it. Like,
yeah, but that's even going. It's just gonna get slippery, like, because there's no end. Like when it comes to politics, governing people, and just humans as a whole. A lot of times you need black and white answers for serious problems. So when it comes to this, there's no end in sight because you can always, that whole I identify as this and I feel like this, so I should be this. Where does that stop? Because who's to say the guy who says that he's Charizard isn't Charizard now? Oh, I was in another dimension. I was a Pokemon and I was Charizard. I can feel the fire breath, but that's why my breath stank because I'm really not supposed to be a regular person. I'm really a Charmander that hasn't evolved yet. Like, we don't know where this shit is about to go. So we got to draw a line in the sand somewhere before it gets out of hand. And hopefully we figure it out before the society just crumbles as a whole. Because right now it looks like in the next 5 to 10 years we're gonna see women getting killed on national television in boxing matches or basketball matches. We're gonna start seeing all sorts of Gabrielle D.
That's the
Wade fuck shit
equality
going
that
on.
they want. If they want to, go toe to toe with their husband, that's on them. Shit, they gonna learn. You gonna make that sandwich, or you not gonna make it. Shit.
Oh, you talk about a totally different video.
A knuckle
Ronnie.
sandwich?
Hey,
I heard that.
You do got the misogynistic shirt on today, like the beat. Got off work in mad button up, so I do get it.
Raisin in the sun.
Right.
Definitely raisin in the sun.
Don't let the colorfulness fool you. Red that eye, but another thing I do want to talk about though that I feel like that's been kind of getting on my nerves online because I feel like it's fraudulent. I don't like fraudulent shit. And all these fake ass poly motherfuckers now.
oh, man.
Everybody acting like they just so pro poly. Like, bitch, you can't even share a bag of chips, let alone a nigga. You get mad when somebody ate your Doritos. You talking about sharing dick. I'm not buying it. Now, everybody's so shit. And it's crazy with women. That's why I appreciate the women who keep that shit real. Because there's a lot of these women online, everybody's so no emotion. Everybody's a savage who never gets jealous and can handle anything. I don't give a damn. I go get another nigga, all this. Shut it up. All that's the main shit talk. Shout out Manolo. She's somewhere knocked up. All them little chicks be talking shit, then they get dicked down by, like I said, JT talking all that scammer shit, then she go get dicked down by a skinny nerd with a perm. Like, we gotta stop buying a lot of this bull. But shout out Uzi, he's that nigga. Don't get it twisted, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. So, when it comes down to this poly shit, Breezy, are you open to a poly relationship? Because I feel like the only time women are really open to that is when there's like a money caregiver situation going on. So, would you be open to a poly situation?
No, I don't think I'm. I think I would be. That's after exhausting all options.
Last resort.
or if you're just like, I think it works for people who are just obsessed. If you're obsessed, like side bitch obsession. Yeah, that's a good role for you.
That is true. So
go ahead, keep it open, communicate. I mean, put us all in the group chat.
I have seen chicks on some. Well, since you gonna keep fucking a bitch, we gonna move her in. She gonna pay bills.
Yeah,
I've seen
will tell
that
you like
online.
I'm not going nowhere.
Well, since she ain't going nowhere, I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna move the little bitch in.
Just move a little bitch in.
Well, pay a little bit. I respect it. Like everything's
it's for
at least like, okay, my man only fucking one other bitch. Like that's how they feel about
one
it.
other bitch.
It's two of us, so he got two options. He only fucking one other bitch.
Like Ivana, what's that one chick? Ayana Fix My Life. Oh, she even said out of herself, like she at the age now where she would want to be in a poly relationship. She's like 60 something, so she said she would like to be in a relationship with a younger girl that has sexual stamina, so she don't have to have the pressure of having to keep up. So I'm seeing all sorts of crazy little.
Honestly,
so she want to watch her man fuck a young bitch, and then she just want to kind of get in.
That's really the best situation.
She wants to take a nap.
Ronnie, that's the best situation. You get to fuck a young bitch, but you got the old chick with money. She just cook, be annoying. You listen to her. Okay,
want some every once in a while. But
that's damn near a win-win.
What's Ayana Instagram?
Yes.
We gotta find her.
He said, "Put a picture up."
Yeah, you have to eat a lot of jollof rice and hear a lot of little annoying stories, but you get to fuck a young bitch and she don't mind. That's really.
And she give you a $5,000 a month allowance.
Oh yeah,
I think
life fix.
Nice little 60 racks.
All you gotta do is pay for her life alert every month.
I think we normalized the baby mama, baby daddy culture so much that now we've kind of been desensitized to not just marriage, because we talk about how people don't care about marriage, but I think it ain't even just marriage, relationships in general. And they're not even just relationships between men and women, friendships, all kind of relationships. I feel like this generation of people takes for granted those good relationships, solid relationships, because everything is so artificial. Everybody feels like they have a million friends because of the internet. So sometimes we lose sight of the real friends. Everybody feel like they got a million options. So we lose sight of the person who's actually the right compatible person for us, because we're all clouded and jaded by this super meta ass world we living in now. So it's crazy situation. At the end of the day, with that though, I'm not buying the poly cape anymore. I feel like a lot of y'all just need to go get on welfare.
It was a pandemic cape. It was temporary. Stimulus checks were flowing. There were more than
it's
one
broke chicks that are trying. It's broke bitch
like,
economics. That's what it is.
They trying to find a rich dude. A lot of them. And they figure like, well, I can't get him by myself. Maybe if we team up, we could both get him.
And two, Ronnie, I also seen the fat white chicks.
Teamwork make the dream work.
I have seen the fat white chicks band together to keep one black dick around. I've seen that too.
Y'all are bursting last night. Y'all bursting a bubble. Because I thought polyamory is for like rich people. Y'all telling me it's really just broke motherfuckers trying to survive. I thought it was like a little more sensual, upscale. Y'all making it like ghetto and
I mean, the way I was trying to get some answers on it, and the way they kept explaining it just was like straight freaky shit. It was just like, niggas cheat anyway, so he might as well have two bitches. I'm like, well, if he got two bitches, you gonna cheat on y'all too?
You're already starting from a negative place when you say that to me.
I don't know.
That's a crazy. That's
one
a crazy
chick is
logic.
enough. That's
true.
Some people do it. They have kids. It's successful.
But if you get two chicks with low self-esteem, that equals to one woman.
That's how a lot of them do
really
it. And I don't
think they all bad.
Yeah, and like I said, I
in real life, see the poly couples on Instagram, Twitter, that sound funny. And rich niggas like Lou Will did it. D-Ray, the comedian, like them niggas with money, some type of money. I don't know what type of girls, but the average real poly couple I see, the dude be looking dusty. One of the two women be looking crazy. So it's just like, it is not people that probably be normally like fawned over. So when I see like the real poly couples, I'll be like, damn, these niggas look dusty as a motherfucker. I can see why they all linked up. And it be two niggas or two girls. And I'd be like,
if it's two dudes sharing a chick, that's crazy too. Cause it's like, is these dudes gay or something? I don't know. It's just like,
some people are everything. What's it, pan?
Some people are part of the dick
touching association. If you could date your girl Rihanna with A$AP Rocky, you wouldn't do that? Share Rihanna with her?
Nah, fuck that nigga.
Ronnie would be.
But if she called me one night when she get bored or something, you know, she slide through.
She gonna
ain't even that cold
red rapper.
Trillion
numbers in the world. She gonna randomly just put your 9 numbers in there, and they gonna.
Hey man, God done bless people with less. So.
I can see Ronnie now, man. At the table
get
and
hit
shit.
by a car and beat up by a giraffe, and that ever happening.
That nigga.
Hey,
sorry,
this nigga weird. I can already see Ronnie now.
He look weird though.
We need to leave this nigga. This nigga weird.
Dirty Mac.
I gotta bring this up too, man. It was a fucked up situation that happened. A 31-year-old Colorado chick is doing 90 days in jail for having a baby with a 13-year-old. 90 days in jail. We seeing a lot of these situations with the teachers and stuff too, but the side that I wanted to talk about that nobody really brings up is that a lot of these little women, when they be fucking on these young boys, they're not getting a whole lot of time like that, and they're getting months, sometimes a year or two, but they're getting out quick. I want to know, because here's the thing, because this is the logic that I saw online, is that, you know, even though the woman is older, a man still had to fuck, or a boy had to fuck her in whatever, Antoine Fisher situation. So since it's not rape or by force, which I don't understand, it's just crazy how with guys, with boys, so to speak,
they're not protected.
They not protected at all.
You went a long way around to say the double standard is crazy.
Yeah, it is. Exactly, I did, because it is. It's unacceptable.
Because that's disgusting. That's the one thing I saw in this story.
She was still pregnant when she got out.
But that's crazy. Like if it was a male teacher, I mean, but even then, it's like, it's crazy how many female teachers are. And like I said, when we grew up, we had the Miss Finster. We had like old teachers,
weak ass bitches.
But it's like now it's way younger teachers that are just kind of pivoting to teaching because it's easier to be teachers, and somehow it's a bunch of perverted chicks.
Random Ronnie, smash or pass Miss Frizzle off Magic School Bus.
I liked Miss Frizzle.
That's probably
the curly hair.
She was going. Hell yeah. She
was whipping that bus too.
Can I say one thing? I go to my bar. I love my bar. Our bar. On Fridays, I go get my 2-for-1. I finish, send some invoices at work. That's my little last hour of work. I sneak out early. Start out there. Friday, the teachers go nuts. Single men, if you go out, find somewhere on Friday where teachers go. Because I asked my guy Barton, like, why so many people are here? It's a party? Because they have art exhibits and stuff. He's like, no, the teachers are just out. And I'm talking about
the teachers are out.
All of them look going. I'm talking about drunk by 5 p.m. I'm like,
teacher orgies that you're trying to set up here?
Listen, I don't know about teacher orgies, but even though I'm out the game, I still hunt. I not hunt, but I still get shots up. I should say I still get shots up.
I'm gonna say
I don't hunt, but I get shots. You know,
you be prowling basically.
I don't prowl, but I'm always looking like Michael Jordan is like,
watching
damn,
film.
If I was out there, I would do that.
Yeah.
I'm always more like, that's what I mean. Like I can always see the play, and I'm like, oh shit, they're going. I'll be telling my guys. So yeah.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Teachers, what do y'all think is fun? What do you think is the most going job? Like teachers going,
right now,
they're up there. But as far as
if you're a pedophile,
from a guy standpoint, if you want some guaranteed pussy, what job is going at the highest rate?
CO.
I would think maybe hospitals.
Female COs do be seen to always get fucked.
Or a male CO.
Because we work hard.
You gonna get in trouble eventually.
That back broke every once in a while.
You gotta get so if you was a
Well, I would think hospitals though.
Women see us for sure because they got a fantasy with jail niggas, so that makes sense.
You say gynecologist? That's just inappropriate.
well,
because they be working like 12 hours. I
they
mean,
technically get the most.
and it's hundreds, thousands of people that work in hospital. They got plenty of little doors, little cutoffs.
Are you talking about the patients or the other doctors?
The employees. If
Well,
you working in any industry, I would say yeah.
Like I said, obviously, priest.
Athletes.
You get unlimited buffet, young boys.
Well,
I'll just be honest, like that's
horrible.
they going crazy.
Well, 90 days isn't enough. 90 days isn't enough for this department. Hopefully,
The church too, pastors.
Pastor,
pastors.
Pastor is up
Shit,
there. He
pilots.
top 3
they
probably.
up there with the
Pilots,
local
for sure.
like the local pastor probably gets as much
Pilots,
pussy as
Yeah, they
a young
flying
buck,
everywhere.
young Milwaukee buck. I would say
Yeah.
that
Truck drivers
on Water
probably.
Street.
Pastors
Yeah.
and club promoters, especially in Milwaukee, are getting
Yeah,
top
Milwaukee
tier.
club promoters.
Yeah.
They get pussy on a different.
If you
type
can
of
get
level.
it,
Whoever at the door, whoever.
if you can bless a nigga or get him to skip a line, which either way you're getting draws. Like I said, you can skip the heaven line or you can skip the line at fucking 720. It is what it's your choice. I do also want to talk about
Also,
woman.
a nigga with a knife. He's up there too.
Oh my god. I do want to
Nigga
talk
with a
about
gun,
this
he's
chick
up
though
there.
named Tamika Hargrave, who she was a fool ass motherfucker. Got to be stupid. This is why before I even tell this story, it's important that you guys date people with high IQs because otherwise they'll do some stupid ass shit. And unfortunately, this stupid ass shit landed her in a swisher, and we're going to talk about it. Tamika Hargrave, she decided that she was going to act like she had to work, and while her hard-working husband was doing his 9 to 5, busting his ass, she decided to double back to the house with her side nigga in the garage and get freaky and smash it out.
Freaky deaky.
Long story short, these fool ass niggas closed the garage door, left the car on, probably had the R. Kelly playing because they some fuck people. Probably had it playing. Got caught into the rent. Probably smoked a blunt before. Got caught. Got
Everybody
lazy.
hot box to the car.
Didn't want to turn the car. Turn. Somebody. All of a sudden the door closes. It's dark. He getting in there. He getting in. He deep. He in the guts.
He probably
He in the guts. Next to know he getting lightheaded. He just faded away in the pussy like Michael Jordan in '96.
Is that a trash way to go out or a good way to go out?
That's a top tier way to go out. I mean,
Kevin Samuels is the same thing.
that's a top tier way to go out. It's a fucked up way to go out if you're the married woman though,
Yeah.
because now it's like the husband came home and sees this nigga raw dog dead and his wife just sitting there dead and the wife on top.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Like you got what's going on, baby? Are you okay? You see that nigga just booty out on top of your booty out on top of your wife.
Out, both
Dead.
slumped.
Dead as a bitch. Eyes still open and shit.
Like 2 breech wells.
That'd be fucked up.
That's
What do you
fucked.
do? Like, do you like in that situation?
Man.
Do you attend
That's
or
devastating.
organize the funeral, or is it fuck her at that point? If you come home, you see your wife, she's dead in the car, booty out. All of a sudden, you see an unknown booty. She in
That's
between
a
your
fucked
wife.
up. It's fucked
It
up. But
depends
you
if
know
you
how
have
they
kids.
say money doesn't replace the person? That'll be a different case. Because after I get my insurance check, I think we be even.
Yeah, after insurance
You're not
come,
wrong.
it's fuck her before the insurance come, but we cashing in on her. And that's that shit.
Playing the cards while getting the
I
insurance.
think it depends if you
I
have
mean,
kids
it's
though.
fucked up,
Like,
but
what you gonna do if you have kids? You're not gonna just say fuck this.
Yeah,
lady.
you
You're
ain't-
gonna
and
have-
then
you're gonna
the
have-
kids makes it
look,
tricky.
Mommy.
yeah, you can't tell them that
Mommy
until they get
gone.
older.
Kids make it.
When they
tricky.
get older, I'm gonna tell her, look, y'all, mama.
I would tell them when they older.
But I'm saying, but
Yeah.
like if you have kids, you have to like then go to the funeral and put the whole act on. You can't be like callous.
I'm gonna be at the funeral.
Think
my
about it like
sunblock
this,
is all
though.
like this.
I'm gonna be sad. I mean, you know, they got caught cheating and they died.
And that carbon monoxide poisoning,
That
it puts you to sleep, then kills you. So,
And I think the ironic thing was like I think the guy was like a mechanic I saw.
so he should know better.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
I
that
don't
must have
remember,
been some
like,
good pussy then, because he went away from all his mechanic IQ and was just in the pussy.
He must have been getting
Wait a
head.
minute, let
It's
me put the
giving- she
let me
must
put the
have
gra-
been giving him some head. That's what it was.
That's even
And
worse.
she started bopping that head, and he put the garage door down.
So if
She
he,
was,
that'd
"Oh,
be
put the
even
garage door
worse.
down so nobody
So
see."
you walk in the garage and she's
I think-
dead
I
with
think
the
that's
dick
what it
in her
was.
mouth.
That's what it was.
really fuck.
Had to be. She was in the passenger.
Wow, that I couldn't
I'ma say
imagine.
my
The car
tire
was
got
the
flat
car
on the way
was
to the
backed
funeral.
in. She didn't want nobody walking by to see, and they put the garage
that
door
does
down.
make sense. So he probably walked in and she dead head in his lap.
That's worse, Logan.
That's worse. That's worse than booty out.
That's
worse than booty
You
out.
walking with the kid, mommy. Oh shit,
The kid finds her first. Like,
R.I.P. tour.
Dad, mommy, something wrong with her head.
Yep.
You go in there, head just, oh man, that'll be fucked up.
That's tragic.
That's a tragic situation.
That's really like.
I hope the husband's getting counseling. I hope we're praying for his mental health, his mental state.
That's
right
a rookie move, though. She should know.
I
better.
couldn't imagine what she's going on.
That was a
saw what
rookie
she
move.
looked like, so
And it caused her death.
Sloppy.
She was weak.
Next topic.
Everything you need.
Let's just say I understand why that happened.
Okay, that's understandable. Next topic I do want to talk about, though, is the XXX snitching situation. Wow. And for those of you who don't know, XXX, the murderers, they've been caught. 2 of the 3 people, there was 3 people involved. You got 2 shooters, and then you got the 1 getaway driver. The getaway driver basically ended up snitching on the other 2. And now the 2 people who were involved in the shooting got both life in prison. Fuck them.
It was actually 3 people.
3?
3. Yeah,
3 shooters? Did all 3 get life?
3 got life.
And then the one dude that snitched, he's gonna be out. So basically, the deal was for the guy, because the guy that snitched, he's been in prison for 5 years already. He took a snitch deal for 7 years, and he's gonna get 5 years time served. So all he got to do is do 2 more years now, and snitch. And to be fair, going back to put some context in this, he was the driver. According to his report, they wasn't even finna pay him. They were finna snake him anyway. So that kind of shows like, y'all, if we're going to give 6ix9ine an innocent baby cape we give him, I'm giving this nigga cape. Like, they were going to snake you anyway.
Niggas promoting the snitching.
All the shit. They were finna snake you anyway. And it wasn't, from the other report they wasn't supposed to kill him. Yeah. It was supposed to just be a robbery and go. So that's 2 violations. Like, nigga, I'm driving with the ingredients on. We're just gonna go rob a nigga. Next deal, you pull a juice, a Tupac off juice on me. He made a move, and now all of a sudden we got a murder case because your stupid ass.
But they were his friends. They weren't like niggas he met on like Facebook robbery.
They choked.
Like those were his friends though.
But I'm saying, Colin, if me and you, I'm like, bro,
me,
we about to go.
Me,
you, Ronnie, Breeze, we all go. I'm like, look, we gonna go steal this shit. Nobody got to die. We gonna grab it, whatever. And I go haul off and shoot a nigga in the process. That's nowhere in the plan. I kill a nigga and shit. Now it's like we sitting here, we all go into court. We're all facing life for murder. All facing life for murder. And I'm already pretty much cooked because I got my hands and figure it. You're not finna be like, you're gonna be like, nah, this nigga killed him. And you would be in the right to.
I like how you switch it on me instead of making you being a snitch. I peeped that early. I'm like,
I feel like if you detour from the plan, that's a snake move. I didn't agree to that.
We have to make that contract before we do the operation.
These are criminals, so there's no contract.
We're gonna get it in writing.
But before the crime is committed, if we agree to this, if I go down for doing what we agreed to do, then I got to ride it out because I agreed to do. Once you differentiate from the plan, that's when my snitch card can be activated.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
that's when my snitch card can be activated.
Time to start snitching because
you get to doing some extra shit that we agreed that we wasn't gonna do. Okay.
Because niggas be like, oh, it's all part of the streets. I'm like,
nah, bro, fuck God. And that's why I'm not a street nigga, because you niggas be changing rules more than black people playing Uno. And y'all just make up shit as y'all go along with this street shit. The street shit is damn near like a game of Monopoly now. Y'all house rules, hood rules.
I'm personally against taking pleas and snitching to get lower crime. But I understand why he did it. One, they wasn't gonna give him no money, and I don't he not innocent. Because he said we were going to rob random people. We was going to go to the rich part of Miami. We was going to hop out. All 4 of us had guns. It was like a movie. Me and my guy was smoking. Wow, this nigga, I never really seen the nigga point something. They was like, can you point out this guy? He was really pointing at fat ass. I'm like, damn, this nigga going crazy. Like, literally pointing him out. And he's like, we were going to rob random people. We pulled in. They saw X's car. He had the I-8 at the time. Very noticeable car. The main dude was like, oh, we diverting plans. The driver, was like, I don't know about this. That's what he said. I don't know about this. We just was gonna do some little snatch and grab type shit. Try to get some rich people. They did divert the plan. They hopped out. 2 people shot. I think the other one shot at the guy who ran. So they all got life.
Snitch card activated.
I personally think you go down with the boat, but I understand why he did it, but I also think 7 years for being a getaway driver, That's still a lot of time. I had a cousin who did about that for being a getaway driver.
He should have got 10, but 7 will suffice. Well, he should have got like 10 at least.
I just don't like you being in the mix of the crime and you getting to dictate. Well, I didn't do as much as
That's
them.
because they had guns, though.
He had a gun too. He just didn't shoot.
This is what I feel like too when it comes to sentencing. I think they should do it. I don't think there should be no life sentences. I think every charge, the maximum you should do. This is my. I think the maximum you should do for any crime, no matter how heinous, is 20 years. And then after 20 years, as long as it don't involve kids, that's the only exception. Now outside of kids, it'd be 20 years. Now after 20 years, they should have to do like a psyche valve on you to see if you have really. Or you can just do an old-fashioned Maury lie detector test on somebody, see if they really change, and if they pass, they free. And if they don't pass, you just execute.
But everybody gonna just act crazy then.
I'm saying if they don't pass, you execute them.
They don't act crazy.
I think the whole point is to rehabilitate people and put them back into society.
Yeah,
we got 20 years to get you good. If you're not, then discard.
You exactly. Need to be.
What are we doing? We're wasting time.
Force or something. I feel like you need to make a change.
That should be a movie plot, though. I think that should be a plan. 20 years in jail, then after that 20, it could be like this little dude that was wrongfully accused of murder and white girl and shit. He been in jail 19 years. He on the 20th, and now he's training for his little test because this could be his only hope, and it's rigged against him for some political reason that we'll figure out. Yeah, that could be a whole little Divergent 5 type of situation. Like
there's worse shows on the air now. I know that much.
Shout out, holla at me, Hollywood.
Somebody gonna take the idea from you. Watch.
Holla at me, Hollywood. I mean, I don't do the Terry Crews shit, but we can work something out. But yeah, if we go away from the plan, and this is why I don't do the hood shit, because if we agree on something, it's always that one high. And this is why you got to be careful doing shit with niggas. This is why we said the same shit in the 6ix9ine situation with what's the name of the gang? The 4-1 Trey, whatever the hell their name is.
Yeah,
Treyway. We said it about them. Like, y'all are really in the streets.
You was the biggest 6ix9ine fan. Don't act like you didn't know Trey.
Never mind. But these niggas that he was fucking with was really in the streets, really getting money in the streets, really doing shit. So y'all should know better than to fuck with somebody. I get it. Y'all want the clout boost. Y'all want the money boost. But y'all should know what comes with that when you're dealing with a cornball in these type of situations. So on the flip side, I put more onus on the shooters in because y'all kind of should have known dude was sweet from the beginning, especially when he was talking about, I didn't sign up for this. As soon as the nigga get scared, that's when you had this Tupac, this nigga scared moment, and y'all should have called that whole thing off. Now y'all doing life. He's going to be somewhere getting sucked in about 2 years while y'all sitting there writing y'all life away in jail because y'all didn't want to stick to the plan. He can be somewhere getting 6ix9ine money grabbing on straight. So
you're pro snitching, basically.
7 years, yeah.
I'm pro snitching once conditions are broke. Once the contract of obligation has been broken.
Pro snitching if conditions are broken.
Exactly.
Damn.
If we go in here to steal a car, and I'm like, Ronnie, okay, let's go steal the car. But if it's somebody in the car, we gonna wait and we gonna go tomorrow because we don't want no witnesses. And we get there and it's grandma in the car. You pull out the gun and just shoot her in the head and say, "Fuck it, we getting this bitch."
Yeah, but
snitch card activated.
I don't see
snitch card activated.
Crazy.
We didn't agree to that. What are you doing?
How about don't do crime?
Oh yeah, that's the first message. That's why I'm not in these situations.
I'm damn near leaving your ass.
You say that shit. Gritty ain't gonna be the only one that got blamed.
Right.
Once this
I'll be like, old boy in the XX9 point with the dreads right there. I told him not to. Sorry, bud. Can't do it. You gotta watch. You gotta know who you're doing these. That's why I don't do crime.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do crime because I know what I'm gonna do, and I'm not a good identifier of who's about what. A lot of these niggas that be in the streets doing that, they can tell. They can look. They've been in the streets so long, they can look at somebody and tell if they green or if they scared or they not. I don't got that a bit. I'm not around them type of niggas all the fucking time, so I don't know that. So you got to know what you're working with. So Ronnie, we go somewhere. I don't go to the plan. Like you go somewhere with a nigga. I ain't gonna use none of us as an example because this is a darker example. So we'll use a random guy. So Ronnie, you somewhere. Y'all go. You throwing a party. The party is like in this little place where you're not supposed to really have with all these people at the venue 2-pack, but you like, fuck it, we're gonna do our thing. You running through some hoes. Y'all running a train on a little bitch. 3 niggas on one. Knocking her shit out.
Okay.
Next thing you know, you leave, this one nigga stay back. He got to force it a little too hard. Next morning, she come around talking about, I feel uncomfortable. A guy, he went too far last night, and she's describing your guy. Basically, he did some OC shit. You know, went up the ass. She didn't like the ass. She thought she was getting raped. Some fuck shit happened. Now she's talking about she might go to the police. What you gonna do, Ronnie? Police come and ask you what happened.
Shit, I left. I don't know.
We have your DNA on the booty hole.
Say, but what if they do a kid on her and they found your DNA?
We have DNA
you gotta do
in the booty hole, Ronnie.
Oh my god!
And it comes matched to yours.
It comes back to you.
Now all we want to know is who took it too far. We know you ran a train. We know you ran a train. We want to know who took it too far.
Choo choo.
Ronnie, I don't know nothing.
I don't know, man. That's a fucked up situation to be in. Shit, that's life changing. I don't know.
And then true, and at the same time, we do gotta make these motherfucking DAs and police officers. We do gotta make them do their job too. To flip it on the other side, like
They did do their job. They found
I'm
the DNA, so it's like shit.
Yeah,
you gotta snitch. If you don't snitch, then shit, you a rapist.
But if it comes down to a situation where
Like
your reputation and life is on the line over some shit you didn't do, fuck that honorable shit. Unless it's like your kid and you willing to make an honorable sacrifice, whatever. I don't get, but for just another nigga.
When guys run trains, do they use condoms?
I hope so.
Otherwise, that's pretty fucking gross.
Yeah, I hope so.
How about your boy Sauce Walker? Does your boy Sauce Walker use condom on white girls, or is he busting at them? I don't really follow Sauce Walker like that. Is he?
That's not the
y'all
baby
fuck with
mama.
him?
The porn star baby mama, right? Or is that somebody else with the porn star baby mama?
Sauce Walker? I don't know. I know.
That's Freddie Gibbs baby mama.
Yeah, Freddie Gibbs.
Sauce Walker is a pimp though. I don't think a lot of people know he's actually a pimp.
Didn't he kill somebody?
May have.
Yeah, I think he smoked somebody that tried to check his chain or some shit like that.
He minor, but he's like a legitimate pimp. So his ideology is like he got his literally got his bottom bitch pregnant. So he's somebody who his mind is just wired different. Grew up in
pimp shit.
His mom was like a pimp type shit. So pretty much. So when I seen that, I'm like, I don't think that's why. Like I think if people knew that, they would kind of change their opinion.
They like to work.
Well, what I'm saying,
that's basically what he's saying. Niggas is lazy.
Well, basically, he's saying that he prefers to have white. He said he prefers to have a white woman because white women understand business. You can have a business relationship with a white woman, and he also says that white women are more understanding of his job and his willing to let him have multiple women and accept it more and stuff like that. That type of stuff.
Whatever they can do to get their nigga.
Backbone.
I don't understand why black women get offended by this shit like that, because to me that kind of, if anything, white women should be offended because kind of makes them look weak. When you keep seeing guys that say this, that's kind of making it seem like you're like a tame dog that could be trained. Like
I be telling black women this all the time. It's like, they be mad because people don't choose them to be the hoes, and I'm like, just be happy. Like, let the hoes be them.
Yeah, before you get mad about a spot, ladies, think about it. If you were in that spot, would you be enjoying yourself? Some women will grin and bear it if the money right.
Because when you ask guys, like black men, why do they prefer white women? It's like, because she's talented, or no, it's because of everything of what you don't like about black women. It's never for what she does or who she is.
Yeah. So, I mean, shout out to the ones who actually
is obedient. She is silent.
Anytime you use words like, anytime you use the same words a nigga would describe a golden retriever as, you're already on the wrong page. Exactly. Obedient. She does anything as long as you give her a treat. Like,
no.
These motherfuckers.
She don't talk back. She cook every day. She like.
Sauce Walker in there like, here, take a treat, babe. Scooby snack, baby.
And that's
it's all the stereotypes of what people.
And for a regular nigga, that's cool shit. But for him, it's like, if you're a pimp, I just want a bitch that's gonna shut the fuck up. Like, that is crazy to think about. And I'm like, I would hope people got more sense. I don't agree with it. I actually hate
still
pimps.
Fucking a black bitch, then fuck you.
He might be.
All
actually,
your shit is null and void.
I actually don't like. I hate pimps. But Sauce Walker is interesting. But
he said prefers.
And
he didn't say permanently.
Prefers when he's trying to make his millions off women. I don't.
And he's probably making millions off these black bitches.
Said it or something, but it's a pimp, so it's just like it goes back to.
I'm shocked that pimping is still.
Y'all want to be hoes or not? Shit, if y'all want to be hoes,
somebody to work
cool.
your OnlyFans now, they can do management, promo, advertising. The pimp do all that, or hire a little manager for you.
I think
I think real fucking gets you the actual money.
Yeah,
They be posting and stuff. A lot of those people, their accounts be getting shut down.
Nigga can't pee on a post.
Women with pimps are just as stupid.
You'll never get
You
people
wanna
that
pay
like
$1,000.
Snapchat you them fake. You can tell like they be pimps working these chicks' pages.
Yeah.
Women with
On
pimps
Snapchat.
are just as stupid as artists with 360 deals. Like y'all just no business savvy, no awareness of value whatsoever. Just out here trying to get the first deal you can get. It's a new world. Like you don't need a pimp. You got OnlyFans, you got
don't.
platforms.
But bitches be
do your
lazy.
thing. All you need is pepper spray, a strap, maybe one brother with a Planet Fitness membership, and you're straight. Like
Having a pimp is like me working at Sport Clips. There's built-in clientele. Like some people gotta go for that built-in clientele before they go out on their own
y'all
business.
forgot about the most important reason what a pimp is here for: the protection.
Exactly.
I mean, y'all can't protect yourselves how y'all think y'all can.
We can. Eventually, they get
not
their
all
own
the
shit.
chicks, but some of these chicks will blow your ass away though.
I mean, I see chicks online talking about they could beat niggas' ass. They really think they can. So I let them think.
Some
Well,
of
I
them
just
little ATK bitches can though.
Going
Don't
back
fuck
to
with
that
them.
boxing match you referenced earlier, running where it was like husband and wife boxing each other. I think that'd be like an interesting little random ass reality show where you get husband and wives boxing each other to kind of get their steam off. That'd be funny. As
Any
a bitch.
husband that loses to his wife is getting divorced.
I think it's
promise you.
a couple pussy niggas that would just get that ass.
That would get that.
And they would get divorced right after.